Hi, everybody. I'm Gloria Moraga. This is the Political Woman podcast. Wanted to do video as well as audio for this podcast because there were some things I wanted to show you. So first of all, it is Sunday, May 28th, but by the time I finish this and edit it and post it and do these screen grabs, it's going to be Monday, May 29th, and that means it's Memorial Day in America. And I just want to take a moment to thank everyone in America who has taken part in the military. And this is a day we honor the men and women who have died while serving in the United States military. Thank you to their families for their service, and thank you for helping make this country the greatest in the world. And am I worried about what's going to happen to this country in the next couple of years? Yes. Which is why I'm doing the videos, the podcasts, and everything else. Because it's more important than ever that we all know what's going on and we vote. So, wanted to talk about the budget, debt ceiling, compromise bill. And I will try, as some people have criticized me for doing, not to talk down to you like you're an eighth grader. But this compromise is not the budget. Okay? It is not the budget. It is a bill. It's one bill, and it's a bill that Republicans wanted to be able to push off on Democrats and on the president, and this was the way they thought they could do it. They could get what they want, and what it does is it rescinds or it changes a lot of the budget items from that were passed last year. So let me just fill you in here. The debt ceiling document, and I'm reading from the document, it's HR blank. Okay, HR means House resolution, so it doesn't have a number yet. That's how new it is. And I will post the document on my website. You can take a look. And it's to provide for responsible increase to the debt ceiling. And then down a little ways down the document, it says, this act may be cited as the Fiscal Responsibility Act of 2023. Now, if you go down a little ways into the bill, you will see this over and over and over again. This is what the bill begins with. Rescission of unobligated funds. Rescission of unobligated funds. Rescission of unobligated funds. So, rescission obviously means revocation, cancellation, repeal of a law, order, or agreement. So basically, at the beginning of this bill, they are rescinding or they're taking back what was passed by the last Congress. And that was the goal, to get that money back so that now Republicans who are in charge of the U.S. House of Representatives and are in charge of committees can spend the money in different ways. So that rescission of unobligated funds, that's in the document, at the beginning of the document, at least 81 times or more. So when you hear Democrats complain that this was just blackmail, they're right. It was blackmail. And after they started this blackmail, which is really irresponsible, because you shouldn't play around with our credit rating. It's irresponsible. And then they all left town and went on break, except for Kevin McCarthy and staff. Staff stays and does all the work. But here's an example of what Republicans are doing and what they want to do now that they can control the House. Okay? I got this from E.J. DeYoung's Jr.'s column a couple of weeks ago, but he had this buried near the bottom of his column. Quote, the House Appropriations Bill for Agriculture released, and it was about 2 weeks ago now. I think at the time he said last week. So it was about 2 weeks ago if you want to look it up. Guts the 2021 pandemic-era increase to benefits for fruits and vegetables under the Women, Infants, and Children program. That's WIC. WIC provides money, food, formula for women who are pregnant or who just had a baby, or for children, for hungry children. And then there's this quote, the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities reports that those benefits which the Republicans have taken out of the agriculture bill, those fruits and vegetables benefits affect nearly 1.5 million pregnant, postpartum, or breastfeeding women, and roughly 3.5 million children ages 1 through 4. And that's what the Republicans are doing. Fewer fruits and vegetables for children and pregnant women. That's the party, the pro-life party. Now, a quick overview on what's in this bill, which is not the budget. We have to go through the whole budget process, and that's what they're doing in the process. That's why it's important that we watch what's happening. And I will post a link to all of this on gloriamoraga.com. Start off with good news. The debt ceiling will be increased without any drama until 2025. That's after the next election. So we're good to go for at least a year and some. And Biden hinted today that he might change the whole way we do this, which would mean 14th Amendment would come into play. And I have information on that, and I will share that with you in another post. And back to the bill. Domestic spending would be capped, but not as much as Republicans want. They're going to take $10 billion out of the $80 billion for the IRS, and that was money was going to be used to crack down on rich tax cheats. Don't know where that $10 billion is going to go, but it says somewhere I read that it's going to help save some domestic programs. I'm not sure about that. Defense, Social Security, Medicare, and veterans programs basically would be untouched. There are some changes, however. That work requirement that Republicans wanted so badly for low-income Americans, that's going to change. So they're going to change the limit of how old you can be in order to receive food stamps. So if you are under 54 with no children, there will be a limit to how long you can receive food stamps. What else did Biden save? He saved Title I education spending, which helps poor students get a start in their education. Child care, development block grants, which I think used to at least help provide policing for poor neighborhoods. Cancer research, which is something Biden cares very much about. Student loan debt forgiveness is still in the budget. However, the Supreme Court's most likely going to kill it, just so you all know. What did Republicans get? Well, they got that cap on spending, which is something that they wanted, and they got no tax increase for the wealthiest Americans and corporations. So that Trump tax break for the richest people in this country isn't going to be touched. And they're going to streamline some environmental permitting energy projects, which big business wants that streamlined because they want to be able to pollute more. I don't hate big business. I'm just saying. That's basically, I mean, what was leaked early, late Friday and Saturday is basically pretty much what it is. But it's interesting to read the bill and take a look for yourself. And then it's important that we watch what they're going to do with all this extra money. And they are going to have extra money. And why are we in this whole pickle to begin with? We got into this mess because of those tax cuts for the rich. It's going to be a weird week because who knows what's going to happen as they start debate. The Senate still has to take a look at all this and vote on it. And we have until, according to Treasury Secretary Yellen, until the 5th of June before we were in really big trouble. And I was reading all of the expenditures that we have to make on the 1st. And right now, the Treasury Department is asking departments if they can hold off on spending some of that money. So we'll see how the drama plays out when those MAGAs come back and start complaining. I'm Gloria Moraga. I'm a political woman. I vote. More important than ever that we all have a plan and vote, because it's important, because there is an attack on democracy in this country and an attack on our republic, our beautiful country. Good Memorial Day to all of you. I'm Gloria Moraga, political woman. Please vote. Be safe.